see the title down below. And it's no surprise that ever since YouTube and Google Plus came out with a new commenting system, there's been getting a lot of backlash. And believe it or not, it's been making the rounds around the media, if you know what I mean. A lot of news stations and cable news networks and stuff like that have all been picking up this news, picking up this story. I mean, for one, you had Alpha Omega Sin here on YouTube be pissed about it. He did a video on it. I did a video on it. You know, you had Angry Joe, who is Joe Vargas, Angry Joe. He hasn't done a video yet, but I'm pretty sure he might. He's done a little bit of a blog or rant on it on Facebook, and maybe did a blog or something like that. You just have a lot of people complaining about this. And what's surprising is CNN. Yes, CNN. One of the, I guess you could say, most trusted news channels out there in cable news, or overall news, if you will, is talking about it. Even to the point that they have even to the point that in their article, they have pointed out that the petitions at change.org to reinstate the original commenting system, to reinstate other things that didn't need to be changed, has been getting more signatures by the hour, if not by the second. And that signatures and petition, and that a petition, get this, and that a petition to keep things as they are only had, compared to what the other petitions had to restore things, to get things back to the way they were, the petition to keep things as they are now only has 10 signatures. Last time I read this article, it only had about 10 signatures. Well, all the other signature petitions to restore the comment system to the way it was, to have Google and YouTube stop, changing things up just so they can push Google Plus down our throats, if you will, or at least in our faces. Or basically in their minds to try to encourage us to try out Google Plus. A lot of the petitions are coming out for them to restore things as they were, restore the commenting system as it was, and stop messing with YouTube. Now, again, as I said in my video, I'm pretty sure I said this, I could totally understand why a lot of fans are upset about this. I mean, I, for one, basically had to connect, if you will, I had to connect, right? I already have a Google Plus-like account with my Brian Walmer YouTube channel. I do. But now, I had to reconnect to have another Google Plus channel, another Google Plus account, if you will, with my because of my BW Roses YouTube channel. So basically now, I still have my BW Roses channel, except now I have Google Plus added to it. Yeah, all because of this new comment layout, all because of this new layout on the comment system. So it doesn't really surprise me when I read this article that a lot of people are pissed off about it, even to the point that you have CNN talking about it, and other outlets, news media outlets talking about it as well, either online through articles or through videos or reports on like morning shows like Today or CBS This Morning or Good Morning America or Fox and Friends or whatever. It doesn't really surprise me that it's making the rounds like it is. It doesn't really surprise me because because the commenting system was one of the easiest things, was one of the nicest things about YouTube. The fact that you could just go there and comment, as well as you could also, before it changed as well, you could also do a video response and not have to worry about private messaging. But that all changed within a matter of months. Now no longer do you do video responses. Now, and no longer can you just comment on a video. You got to have a Google Plus account to do it. So again, it doesn't surprise me that Google is getting the backlash that it is. But like the article said, and this is, I believe I said this as well in my video when I talked about this, and I'm sure other people should be looking at this article and seeing the same thing and probably mentioning it. The reason I said in my video, and again, I was confirmed by this when I read the article on CNN, and the link will be provided down below. The reason they're doing this is because of all the trolling a lot of people like myself and other YouTube users, among many, if not millions of YouTube users, have been getting. A lot of the trolling, a lot of the, the spamming, the trolling. Basically, it seems Google has gotten sick and tired of it. Google and YouTube got sick and tired of it. They got sick and tired of hearing the complaints from the users out there. And they basically said, you know what? The best way we're going to do this is to put the controls in your hands, but through a different means, so that nobody can really hurt you the way they've been hurting you, on the original comment system. So in other words, you would need a Google Plus account, and I guess that's why you would need to do the Google Plus thing, so that way it's less trolls, it's less spammers, it's basically clear-cut, clean, friendly, respectful, I guess in their eyes, comments amongst YouTube users. So that's pretty much the reason, to get rid of the trolls. And I said this already. I said this in the other video. I said the best way you could do that is to come up with a system that keeps the comment system the way it was, but also in a way to detect whether somebody's trying to troll, spam, or bully. If you could figure out a way to make that work and keep the comment section the way it was, then hey, things will be okay. But basically, that's why they did this from a business sense, was to, I guess from a business sense, make it better for people like me and you, and to help people like me and you avoid getting bullied by people who like to troll and spam us. Let's think of it this way. How many times have you gone to your videos, looked at your comment sections, or gone to your messages, looked inside your inbox? You looked in your inbox, you looked at maybe see who's commenting, and all of a sudden someone's saying, screw you, or beep, 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 you, or you suck, or you're a jerk, or suck this, suck that, you're stupid, you're crazy, you're ding dong. How many times have you dealt with that? How many times have you dealt with that, and you just get sick and tired of always having to remove the comment, and then have them come back on and say, oh, well, you removed the comment, shows how smart you are, shows who you really are, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you could, and now you could block the user, which was good, but they would always find a way back around. So I'm guessing that's why they did this. As complicated as this move may be, and as unnecessary to a lot of us, in the eyes of Google, it is necessary to keep things like this from happening. You take a look at sometimes your comment section, and you have people comment you, but they won't say, oh, nice video, oh, keep up the good work. Instead, sometimes you have people comment you with an advertisement for like, go to this website and save up money for this and that and this. Or they'll give you a comment saying, go to this website and watch all the XXX videos you want. And basically, I'm guessing YouTube, the people in charge of Google and YouTube are sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of hearing people complain, and they pretty much figured that this is the best solution. Even though it's a solution that is causing a lot of backlash, because Google Plus, it's one thing to have it, and that's a good thing. So you could have another way of socializing, video-wise, or instant message wise, with friends and family. That's one thing. It's one thing, and you can also add who you want in your circle of friends. You can have various circles, family circle, friend circle. I get that. That's all good. but it becomes complicated when people need to figure out how to use it to make comments on YouTube videos. But again, I can understand why they did this. I can understand that. To basically clean up what's been going on and to avoid the comments on future videos of being rude, sarcastic, and just plain out trolling, spamming, whatever. I get that. I understand that, but still, you could have figured out a different way of doing it. You could have kept the comment system the way it was, but you could have also figured out a way to integrate it to where it could filter out what you pretty much felt was bad comments. I mean, look at it this way. When a site like YouTube, when you're uploading your video to YouTube, after it's uploaded, it takes time to, finalize it. It takes time to get everything together. It takes time to, whether it's an HD video or not, to make sure it fits the screen, or it takes time before it can filter out whether it needs to suggest to you to either fix the lighting in your video or fix the shaking in your video. It needs to take that time. So by doing so, it's helping you either want to improve your video or not. So to me, what they could have done with the comment section is the same thing. When people make comments, probably give them time. Like give them a time limit. Say, okay, this comment will be up within the next hour or so, but we're going to filter it within the next hour. But, kind of give it to the point that, okay, you make a comment, but it's like, okay, your comment will be up within this such and such hour, or this such and such time, after we filtered out whether or not it's a spam comment, a troll comment, or a bullying comment. If it's none of those, it's okay, we'll let it go. If it is, we don't let it go. They could have done something like that and made it easier. And to avoid the backlash. But, that's their decision. If they feel it's best for business, for the customer, for the consumer, for the user, there's not really much we could do right now unless these change.org petitions succeed in what they're doing and get things back to the way they were. And again, like I said, the best thing to do is if you want us to make a comment, the best thing to do is when we make a comment, basically if we make a comment, give us an hour before you allow it to be posted so you can figure out whether or not it's bad or good. I'm just saying, that would have made it easier. But still, it doesn't really surprise me that YouTube and Google are getting the backlash that they are. I mean, it's like this. I'm a member at several other message boards and places, and sometimes they'll tell me when I post a message or something like that I have to wait an hour or so, maybe until the next day or so before it gets posted to see if it's good or anything, or it's clean or anything. So, to me, I'm thinking that's what they need to do with the comment section here. They need to keep it the way it was, but add in something that says, okay, well, let's look to where they can look over the comments, and if the comments are okay and respectful, let it be posted. If they're not, take them out. And then find out whoever the user is and say, screw you, you got a warning. You got a strike against you, or warning or whatever, don't ever do this again. Kind of like what they used to do in the day with the copyright. Kind of like what they did and still do with copyrights at times, certain copyrights at times. There'll be certain things that you could post and certain things you can't post. Certain things you could do and you can't do, and you'll either get a warning or a strike about it. So I'm thinking that's what they need to do. It'll avoid them getting any more backlash, and it'll keep things just as they are. And you can do the same with video responses. You can say, let's take a look at the video response, see if it's good, if it's bad. If it's bad, don't let it be posted. Don't let it be, posted or anything. Or if it's good, allow it to be posted. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or anybody to know that. I can understand, like I say, respectfully understand YouTube and Google's decision to do this, as crazy as it sounds. or as crazy as it seems to be, I can understand their decision to do this. But I can also understand a lot of fans, a lot of consumers, a lot of users' frustrations at this change. And I can understand why they're going with these petitions. I can understand why media outlets like CNN are talking about it. I can understand why people like Angry Joe, Joe Vargas, Alpha Omega Sin, and several others are talking about it, like myself. It's because it's something that, even though understandably, it was done to kind of keep the peace, if you will, it's something that, you know, could have been done in a better way that kept things as they were, but also kept, you know, the trolls and spammers and all that away from the commenting, or kept the comments away from the regular comments. So, but again, it really doesn't surprise me, and I'm sure it doesn't surprise anybody, that Google and YouTube are getting backlash for this. I mean, again, understandably, you know, we can understand why they did it, you know, why they changed things up. I can understand and respect that in some ways. But it could have been done in a way that kept things the same, but also sort of like became like a filter. It's kind of like when you let's see. It's kind of like when my mom would use something like this to filter out the dirt from the water. It's kind of like when you use a filter to filter out the water, the dirt from the water, the muck from the water, if you know what I mean, and give you crisp, clean water. That's basically what it's like. That's basically what it could have been like. It could have been a filter that took out all the muck, which was the spam and the trolls and all that, and just tossed them away and kept the comment section clean, instead of going through all this and dealing with the backlash that they got. But again, it was their decision. And who's to say, honestly, who's to say we wouldn't have done the same thing? You know, we can't really say yay or nay of whether or not we would have done the same thing if we were in their position. But again, they're getting backlash for it, and let's just hope and pray, let's just hope and pray they make the right decision. If the right decision is to keep things the way they are, then that's their decision. And, you know, they decide, okay, let's see what we can do to improve this and stuff, and have things go back to the way they were without any trouble, where you could filter things out, then fine, let them do that. But until then, we just got to deal with this and give it a chance. Because like one person once told me, or one person once said in a video, how many times has YouTube changed things? We've complained about it, and after a while we've gotten used to it. Just saying. So let me know what you guys think down below. The link to the article will be posted in the description box. Take care, comments are welcome, and God bless.